the match that we are about to see, the match-up between England and India. Before maybe we talk about that, let's just have a quick check on the sides that'll be taking to the field, and maybe you could run us through the Indian side first.
Well, Mohammad Azharuddin is there, and Kapil Dev, Manoj Prabhakar, Kiran More, Srikanth, Tendulkar, Shastri, Amresh, Srinath and Subrata Banerjee. These were the 10 players who played in most of the one-day matches against Australia and West Indies earlier in the season.
Graham Gooch leading an England side. And if I could just say that the England side without Gladstone Small, without Richard Illingworth, and of course without Alan Lamb, who is suffering from a hamstring strain.
And at the Wacker ground, England winning the toss and batting first, none for 7. Prabhakar starting the 4th over. Cambley, an interesting young player, coming into the Indian side. He wasn't in Australia during the summer. He's been picked in the World Cup squad. He's a mate of Sachin Tendulkar's. I hope he plays as well as Tendulkar, because Tendulkar was very, very good to watch during the summer. Second match in the World Cup. And that's what Botham's here for, from England's point of view, to get things moving in the first 15 overs.
Well, I think it's quite clear from that shot that Ian Bolton's had enough of poking around and trying to find the swinging ball. He decided that he'll go and meet it down the pitch.
He's bowled 4 overs for 16 so far. That could be out. That is out. A beautiful outswinger from Kapil Dev, and Ian Botham's on his way.
I think that was due to a little bit of frustration. Ian Botham trying to give himself a bit of room to hit the ball. A little bit of bounce there again on the Perth wicket, trying to give himself room to hit it too close to him. And a nice easy catch there for Kiran More. And England lose their first wicket.
England 1 for 21, Botham out for 9 off 22 deliveries. Robin Smith, the new man to the crease, well known to Perth viewers, played many, many seasons of first-grade cricket here in Perth. He's here because Kapil Dev picked up Ian Botham.
And here we go, Ian Botham trying to give himself a bit of room. Bounces nicely and straight through the wicketkeeper. Some very good bowling by Kapil Dev. He hasn't allowed Botham any room. Tries to make himself some room. We've had 12th over. This is a 13th, and we're only 30 runs on the board.
Robin Smith on strike, and that's where he likes them, short and just outside off stump. He's punched that through the covers, and they should pick up 3.
Now, Robin hits the ball pretty hard, doesn't he, Bruce? And I think he's hit that one pretty well, but he was still about 20 yards short of the boundary. Really is a long way out there.
Before at Adelaide.
It's certainly before at Adelaide. And Azhar, I'm sure, has tried to give them a bit of a boost. It's a great shot there from Graham Gooch. Just a little too short on this very good Perth wicket. And Gooch is in behind it and has got rid of those shackles and hit a glorious shot just behind square. Pulled it away. Runs. Very happy with it, I don't think, especially the captain.
I know some bowlers, when the ball is moving a heck of a lot with these wide balls, they will sometimes grab the ball across the seam to get a bit of control if they're struggling, rather than down the seam. And he swung that sort of stand up on the front foot through mid-wicket. Srikanth after it. They've gone back to their 3rd.
Quite amusing to see all the guys from the leg side run over to the offside just to see whether Chris could actually get the ball in. It's the end of the over, and it's 1 for 47.
Prabhakar at 3rd man. Not the fastest of fielders. And it's a good afternoon to Kerry O'Keefe.
Yes, good afternoon, Ian.
He's beaten that offside field. Very, very quick outfield here at the Wacker ground.
It's the end of the over. It's 1 for 54.
Here at the Wacker. Plenty of support for both sides. But he cannot afford to be short here in Perth, as Banerjee is finding out.
Banerjee's lack of cricket here, standing him in poor stead. The Sri Lankan umpire signals 4. But this is a dangerous period for the Indians. So much good work done by their first 3 bowlers, and Robin Smith looking to pounce on anything short. Banerjee offers him something, and 4 through mid-wicket. That's not the length required here, not on the Perth wicket. The 3 previous bowlers.
Gooch playing it off his legs quite nicely. Running hard and comfortable 3 runs.
It's about the time of the innings now that Graham Gooch and Robin Smith will be looking to raise the tempo.
They're playing lovely off drives and square cutting everything that's short of a length, but the Indian bowlers today not giving him much width and just bowling a good length, swinging the ball and creating difficulties for him. Well, that's a cracking off drive. There are plenty of those in New Zealand. We haven't seen many today, but it's probably the best shot so far in the England innings.
Robin Smith now starting to cut loose, narrowing the need to accelerate. And Robin Smith, with that sort of power, is just the man to lead the onslaught.
Well, another cracking boundary. Give Robin Smith room. We're in danger of getting clattered through the offside all day long.
Robin Smith repeating the dose of the previous ball, and even though there's a man out at deep cover there, the speed of the outfield, the power of the shot means it's still 4 runs from another slightly over-pitched delivery.
Well, Ravi Shastri, left arm spin. Going to come into the attack. Yes, I think we'll find out at the end of the over where the physio will come on and decide whether he needs a runner. His massive hit is that. Short of a length ball that stood up, turned. Robbie Smith waited for it and smashed it straight into the outfield.
Well, if Robin Smith misjudged the pace of the early delivery in the over, this one he has timed horribly. It's gone a many a mile. It's cleared the man at deep mid-wicket. It's bounced on the concrete in between those sadly largely untenanted seats, and that is a huge 6.
Yes, that's a big boundary out there. You could see the man in the outfield feeling a good 15 yards in, but that cleared him. Well, it's the power of the shot from Robin Smith there and those big boundaries. Great attempt by the fielder, but such a powerful lad. When he hits it, the ball keeps on going at one heck of a pace. He's waited for this. He's fallen down, but the ball's whistling away to the boundary. Great effort, but he can't stop it.
Great diving effort, but
Capped in the side. Well, that's a very fine 50 by Robin Smith as he waves to his colleagues in the dressing room. Played some glorious shots as his innings has gone on.
Graham Gooch just getting inside out to that one there. Didn't quite get hold of the ball. Sachin Tendulkar took a beautiful catch. He's a marvellous young cricketer, that boy, Tendulkar. I'm sure that he believes that he's going to take a catch every ball that's bowled, or he's going to run someone out. And well bowled from Ravi Shastri. Didn't quite get to the pitch. He's a bit proppy on that front leg.
He's quite capable of demolishing an attack, and there's 19 overs left after this, and England with a very... Well, that's a very fine shot indeed to open your account there. A tremendous drive over mid-off. One bounce 4. And Graham Hick opens his account.
A glorious stroke, like he was... it looked like he was going to drive it along the ground and then just decided to pick it up with the bottom hand and hit it for 4.
He is a superb timer of the ball, yes, indeed, and he makes it look so easy. There's Korea. A bit on the short side.
That could be out. That is out. Caught.
You know, a world-class shot from Graham Hick to open his account. And there we are. First delivery plays out and misses. And the second one, he nicks. When it's not going for you, it's not going for you. There he goes, just a faint outside edge, straight forward, and just what India needed, because he certainly is capable of playing some very, very fine knocks. England 3 for 137.
Neil Fairbrother, his career stats. He's aged 28, 15 matches for 377 runs, an average of 34.27, strike rate of 77.4. That's pretty good. 113 against the West Indies. And that could be 4 runs. It's pretty quick down there. Beautifully played.
Yes, this outfield's very, very quick, and it all seems to slope away from the centre of the field down to the boundary.
It's been a good comeback by Banerjee. Gee, that's...
I mean, that's absolutely fearsome, isn't it? That's an absolutely... I mean, that's gone 100 metres again, and he's smashed it away for 6, and that is the longest part. I mean, that's an amazing shot. Absolutely amazing shot.
I was just saying, I've done him, haven't I, like a dinner here. I'm just saying, like, his first 3 overs cost him 25. Have a look at this. That is huge. It's 100 metres to the fence.
And it's still gone about 4 or 5 rows back.
Kapil Dev back into the attack. That's a pretty good shot. Long boundary, and Camberley really didn't have a show of catching it.
One of Robin Smith's favourite shots again. He gets comfy on the back foot here. He hits the ball straight through past extra cover. He beats the infield. Diving fielder 10-15 metres from the bat there couldn't stop it either. And the ball's run away ferociously quickly again and into the fence.
Placement is good. And he's a hard man to bowl to because he's trying to do something different all the time, and he's making Kapil Dev's job very difficult.
Even given that, you have to say it wasn't a great ball from Kapil Dev. Too short, too far down the leg side. Robin Smith very, very quickly onto the back foot here. And he's hit it up, he's hit it high, but he's found the gap. And no danger of either of those two fielders at long leg or square leg there, even really having to do much at all apart from throw it back and wait for the next ball.
And on goes back. How's that miss? But well run. A bye.
Well, this time Robin Smith completely deceived by the slower ball. It's gone through between bat and pad, beaten the leg stump, and actually defeated the keeper as well, so the batsman have been able to come through for a well-taken, quickly run single.
That's well hit. Base of the fence.
Well, English viewers will have seen Neil Harvey Fairbrother will have seen him in full flow in England over the years for Lancashire. His international opportunities have been limited, He had a very good score against West Indies at Lord's, and it's amazing how the ball follows you as a magnet when you're out there.
Chance here for Srikanth. And well taken. Good catch.
Never easy, those balls coming over your shoulder. Nice clear blue sky here today at the Wacker. And Neil Fairbrother, who'd just been starting there to open his shoulders, to take the attack to the Indian bowlers. A slight miscue, it's come off the leading edge. It's gone straight up in the air there. It's Srikanth who's had to go back 10 metres or so, keep a beady eye on the ball. Did well, kept his hands high there, perfect catching position. He's quite relieved to see it stick, I think. England now 4 for 197 in the 43rd over.
Alex Stewart, the new vice-captain of the England side. He was vice-captain in New Zealand. He's in at the non-striker's end. He's caught that one. Azharuddin, that is a brilliant catch. And unfortunately, Robin Smith is not going to be the third century maker of the day. Beautifully caught off one that was hit right from the middle of the bat.
Well, we're talking only a couple of minutes back about Azharuddin fielding in that key position just behind square on the offside. He dropped a hard chance from Neil Fairbrother. This time Robin Smith has hit it straight at him. He's taken this one very, very cleanly, straight into the hands, very cool, very calm, very confident. And it brings Robin Smith's fabulous innings to an end. England 5 for 198.
And Lewis coming in to replace Robin Smith, who was beautifully caught by the Indian captain. Well, that's nicely placed. And there you get an example of how quick that outfield is. Might as well wait for someone to throw him back to you down there. That brings up the 200.
Chris Lewis can hit it all around the park.
Well, is it that very high, and Banerjee's under it, and that's a fine catch. I think that was Kevin's slower ball, and Chris Lewis went for the big hit down the ground. Banerjee took a very fine catch there down long off, and the Indian supporters love it.
Yes, Chris Lewis had set himself, as I thought, to hit this. Just a little slow there, like an off-spinner. He got into it too soon and skied it up in the air. It went up a long, long way. It was never going to go for 6. But a long way, great camera work, and caught nice and simply by long off. England 6 for 214 in the 46th over.
Another 4 overs, 24 balls, run a ball is 24, but we certainly mustn't just get too carried away. We must play some sensible cricket in these last 4 overs. And he slashed that away down the third man, and it's a tremendous bit of fielding there by Prabhakar. Dive full length and made a tremendous stop. Tremendous bit of fielding. Off he goes again. Bowlers are expected to do this all the time, Jeffrey, aren't they? Bowl their overs and field like demons. And again, it's a tremendous shot by Alex Stewart. Short and wide. Bad bit of bowling there by Srinath. And it's given Alex Stewart the chance to slice it over gully.
I don't think you can give batsmen width, because when they throw the bat at the ball, it can go anywhere from square point to third man.
And Derek Pringle skied that, and that's a very, very simple catch there for Srikanth. And England lose another wicket in the 47th over. And the Indian chaps there in their turbans.
Well, it's an extraordinary shot. It's neither one thing nor the other, look. He just sort of flips at it to the onside. It goes straight off the face or outside edge, straight up in the air, and there's about 3 men in the covers could have caught that very simply. Just gave his wicket away there, Derek Pringle. England 7 for 222 in the 47th over. Well, Dermot Reeve is the new batsman. He's finally got in.
So that's another wicket, but I suppose we're in the 48th over now. But having just lost Derek Pringle, I think Alec was a guy that was in, and he won't be very happy with that, I don't think, because that's another wicket, and we're left with We go again. Charge down the track. Missed it. And that's another wicket. And England now 8 for 2-2-3.
2 legs, please. Away from you, Phil. That's right on 2 legs.
Thank you.
Right arm over. 3 to come.
Thanks.
Yeah, well, Phillips not the greatest of batsmen, but for some reason he is able to hang around for a little while. But oh my goodness, it's a very good bit of cricket there by Kefil Dev. He took his time. I'm not sure what Philip de Freitas was thinking about, but I mean the ball just went straight down the wicket, straight back to Kefil Dev, and Philip wanted a run. I'm not sure what he was thinking about at all.
Well, I've been involved in some funny run-outs myself, but I've never tried to run one to the bowler. Oh, he's out by a yard now. Watch the run out here. Look, he's running as he plays the ball. It's just a silly run, is that? It's just very excitable.
And I think you can bet your bottom dollar Dermot will try and hit it over mid-off somewhere. There he goes down the wicket. Well bowled by the bowler, and Philip Tufnell's coming back for second. And the catch gets in very easily. And that's 2 runs off the last ball. And England finished their total with 9 for 235.
Well, that's a good performance by both teams. I think England, after the slow start, would be quite pleased with that 9 for 235, and yet in another way they were thought they probably should have made 250.
Shastri is off the mark.
Pringle and company will have to cramp him as much as they can. They can't afford to give him width.
So we've had 3 overs from Pringle and Lewis. And finally, Shrikant lets loose. And connects. He's let loose a couple of times, but hasn't really connected properly.
And that's the swat he's played. Mid-off, plenty of room over Robin Smith's head. Derek Pringle, been here a number of times. Australians tend to look for the flashy cricketer. He's just a hard-working, honest cricketer. Considered valuable in the English lineup, particularly at one-day cricket. Hasn't let them down too often. Good at the bits and pieces. He's on his way into Shrikant.
And both of them at first slip. Getting a hand on that. Now, I'm not sure if it quite carried. It was touch and go. They usually do carry in Perth, although that being a cut, it may have gone down and not quite carried.
I think it may have been very toe of the bat, bottom of the bat.
Great strike there, a little bit of width. He does latch onto those very quickly. Shrikant just throws the bat at the ball, doesn't mind where it goes as long as he gets the ball in the middle of the bat.
Unfortunately, Derek Pringle following a very good ball with a not very good ball. Just the sort of width that a man like Shrikant will use every time. He likes to fling the bat. When he connects like that, there's absolutely no doubt at all as to where the ball's going to end.
Philip de Freitas is going to take the place of Chris Lewis. That wide ball again. Philip de Freitas, he only wants to get about a foot wider than you want it, and he's onto it like a flash. He just clubs it away behind square.
The Indian bowlers earlier in the day showed England the way. They bowl nice and straight. They proved that any width was going to be dangerous. It's now up to England to follow that lead and keep the ball on target. England using the medium pacers, Pringle and Reeve, to come in from the main end there. The breeze is up now. When India started bowling at the start of the game, the flags were completely dead over the main stand. Now there's a gentle breeze helping Dermot Reeve.
Well, he thumped that into the fence. Again, just a little bit of width, plenty of swing there. But if you just get that outswing there, setting off a little bit too wide, and then it swings wider, he just thumps straight into it. Clears the field, and it's 20, 30 yards wide of the mid-off or long-off running round. I don't know why they don't bowl straighter at Srikanth. Try and make him hit across the line to the onside. Well, he's picked that slower ball. I mentioned about the slower ball. He's picked that easily, waited for it, and clubbed it. And his right hand into that.
Here's one of the few people in the world who have scored 6 sixes off a 6-ball over, the maximum 36 in first-class cricket.
Well, that's certainly what Ravi Shastri has to do if he can't get anything to play a full shot at, to try and angle the ball for a single. It just opens the face here, runs it to third man.
Well, while Jeff Boycott's still looking for the whack in the background, Dermot Reeve is still suffering as he comes into the breeze at the whacker here. And this time it's Ravi Shastri who takes advantage of some width, finds the gap perfectly past Chris Lewis, who is going to chase that, but we know he's not going to get there.
And as India are ticking along quite nicely, I'll pass you over to the new commentators, Mike Gattin and the one and only Bruce Yardley.
Thank you, Jeffrey. I reckon you're not a bad bloke. Krishnamachari Srikanth. It's 4 more. Reminded me of Boyks there back in 78-9.
It's a mouthful after tea, that, Bruce. Christ, we just call him Chris. And he's playing the way that I've seen him play a few times. Unfortunately, I've been on the end of it 1 or 2 occasions, and very, very frustrating man to bowl to.
The series here against Australia, the Test series here just finished against Australia, he tended to try and block them a bit and just didn't look like it.
Yeah, he can't do that, I'm afraid.
That's 4 more, I would say, over square leg. That'll run for 4. It's a long way out there, but the outfield's fast.
I think the fieldsman was hoping he was going to go for 4 because it's a long way in from there. And especially since it was a captain who's got very dodgy legs, he had to chase that about 100 metres out there, and I think he was hoping it was going to go. It's too short again by Philip de Freitas, and I mean, that's a very, very fine shot. But, you certainly can't... there we go again, head nice and still. Watches it all the way.
Oh, that's up in the air. That should be out. Well caught, Bob. He loves it.
Well, that's Chris Srikanth all over, that is. Plays 2 fabulous shots, and instead of just trying to knock one back down the pitch, he seems to get attuned to playing a shot at every ball. And this is the consequence. Philip de Freitas pitches it up a good length ball for a change. And that man that Australia love or love to hate, very safe pair of hands indeed. That's one thing he can do, and that's catch. You might have thought it was a hamburger, though.
Captain of India, very exciting player.
It would have been India sitting in a very, very comfortable position. Now Mohammad Azharuddin, the man out of form, will have to start it all over again.
Dermot Reeve. And that is out. That is a brilliant catch. A magnificent diving catch by Alex Stewart. Sensational stuff.
And that's a really important wicket there for England. A great delivery to receive first ball. Just left him off the pitch, bounced, and Alex Stewart completed a very fine catch. Great line, just left him. And a fine catch there by Alex Stewart, just tumbling to his right. And that is a very, very big blow for India. And you can see Azhar there, disgusted. It was a good delivery. I don't think he could have actually done much about it. It was off stump, left him. He was good enough to nick it. And the score is 2 for 63 here at the WACA.
Career one-day matches for Tendulkar. Only 18 years of age, 31 matches, 894 runs, an average of 33.11. Strike rate of 75. That's pretty important. And he's got his first run down to third man. What a magnificent shot. He's just dropped a fraction too short to Freitas. Tendulkar's rocked on the back foot. Glorious shot.
That was a very fine shot indeed. We saw Shrikant play a couple of those, and De Freitas drops just too short again, and he's just over to the off stump in a great position and clobbers it over wide mid-on with great authority. A couple of bounces into the fence there. And we've just seen a glorious on-drive there from Sachin Tendulkar. Dermot Reeve holding a ball that just swung a little bit, but the length wasn't quite right, and he hit a glorious shot straight back down the ground through the onside of the stumps.
We're on 24. One of the Indian fielders was moving back as the bowler, back and around as the bowler was running in, and Tom Moody went berserk.
Well, talking about going berserk, Tendulkar finally breaking the shackles there. He's been impatient the last few overs to try and pierce this well-set field. Phil Tufnell just dragging it down a little bit there, paying the penalty. India 2 for 119.
And well taken there by Alex Stewart. So once again, just that little bit of movement off the track has done the job for Ian Botham.
It's a very good wicket for England at this stage. Tendulkar looking very good, played very well again today. Had a good season already, but just defeated there by Ian Botham. Opened him up, the outside edge to Alex Stewart. Ian Botham's learned to jig from somewhere. It's not the same jig he used 15 years ago when he first started playing cricket for England. India 3 for 126.
Vinod Kambli, great mate of Sachin Tendulkar's, also from Bombay. He comes into the crease.
That's a good shot. That should be 4. Straight down the ground. Had a long boundary straight here at the WACA. Get it through the infield and you got 4 runs. It's 3 for 132. They'll pick up 2 here. It's ricocheted off Botham's shins, I think. A handy 2 runs. And that's Ravi Shastri's 50. He's 51 not out. That's the view that young Camberley will have down the pitch. That's the stump vision. And he's out, he's caught. Graham struck again. Must have got that high on the bat.
Candy leads. He's disappointed because he's tried to go against the old pro on the up. You can't do that against the old stages on this deck. And Hick moved well to his right. Once, twice, 3 times. That'll do. So he held it up. Gooch is ecstatic. Hick takes the catch, and Camberley's disappointed. You can't drive on the up in Perth against the seam. Camberley tried it and leaves for 3. India in trouble, 4 for 140.
Praveen Amre is the new man at the crease. Down from the printable stand. A few Indian fans there.
A desperation showing, and I think perhaps England, dare I say it, are getting a good grip on the game.
Well, there's desperation there. Philip Defray's dropped. He's going to run him out. Well, what a calamity for Shastri. Great fielding by Philip Defray just after dropping the catch.
Well, there we go. That was total desperation, wasn't it, Jeffrey? He was trying to knock Daffy out the way. He got so far down the wicket, up it goes, just short of a length. Philip Defray just goes to catch it. Should have perhaps caught it, missed it, but Ravi thinks there's a single there, and Daffy redeems himself by throwing the stumps down there, full length. And I'm sure that's got to be the final blow back for India. But one mustn't obviously forget Kapil Dev, who is on his way out to the wicket, I'm sure, now.
Well, the new batsman is Kapil Dev. The game's never over till this man is out. He's produced some terrific feats for India in the past.
An absolute jaffa to meet Kapil Dev there.
Super shot, helping it round. Good attempt to field it, but it was a shot, it was a super shot. Pringle tried to tuck him up, he just paddled it round. Well, that's a better ball, he's pitched it up. Nearly caught, oh yes, my goodness, that was a good effort. By pitching it up, he nearly got a wicket. A fantastic catch by Chris Lewis.
I don't think anybody else would have got that close, would they, Jeff? I mean, that was unbelievable. He ran back from deep gully.
Ball slices off the bat, up in the air. Chris Lewis running, ball coming over his shoulders, gets his hands to it, nearly holds it. Oh, on the second attempt. India will still be thinking we can win this.
He doesn't seem to be too affected by these sort of situations, does he? For a man that hasn't played a great deal of cricket. He just seems to get on with his job, bowl in the right place.
It's up, it's up, it's up. There's a man under it, and it's out. That's the wicket England wanted. The great Kapil Dev, caught by Philip Defray to in the deep.
He's laughing there, Jeffrey, because I think it actually bobbled out a bit there, and he, the one he dropped off Ravi Shastri off his own bowling, I think that just came out for a bit of air. But he finally clung on Banerjee.
That's the spot to hit him. Tufnell at fine leg or short fine leg. Someone's going to be run out. And now the question is who's got to go. And Peter McConnell is pointing to Amre and saying he is the one who's got to go. That was a real mix-up.
Any communication at all with his partner? India 7 for 194.
Kieran Moray, who is also a very useful lower order batsman. Home if he hadn't been the hesitation. Nor that one. May have been a little inside edge before it hit the stumps.
We've had 2 wickets already this over. Manish Prabhakar in no real position to make proper contact with the ball. A little edge onto the stumps, and now it's 9 for 201.
Incoming batsman, Srinath.
Beautifully struck. Gooch won't get that. Going back at long on, back, and not far enough. It's into the stands, and that helps. Beautifully hit.
Well, that really has put the cat amongst the pigeons. no doubt about it. Hugely struck.
That's very well bowled. Oh, now, and it's all over. Ian Botham doesn't take any chances, runs in, takes the bails off himself. That was a good piece of bowling by Chris Lewis. Banerjee, I think, deciding that he really needed to take the strike, didn't run, and he's been told where he went wrong now by Srinath. Mate, you should have run. I could have done it.
Ian Botham is in, genuinely saving the one, keeps his head. There's a lot of good cricketing sense in that head of Ian Botham's. He's kept his head there. He spotted Srinath on his way down. Ian Botham wraps up the game for England, who will be relieved. They've been tested there by India. Relieved to win it, and they get off to a good start in this competition.